and welcome to the Lost Media Chronicles, a show of which discusses various lost movies, music, art, you name it. Walt Disney sure does have a lot of lost media, doesn't he? He is one of the most famous names in animation, with his legacy continuing 50 years after his death, but it took him several years to make a name for himself. Today we're gonna take a look at the first major character he ever made, Oswald the Lucky Rabbit. To fully understand this story, it helps to look back at the early history of Disney. Walt was a struggling artist in the 1910s and most of the 20s. His laughlets and laugh-o-grams failed so greatly that his career was almost stopped at the beginning. His Alice shorts, which blended live action with animation, were slightly more successful, but him and his right-hand man, Iwerks, wanted to innovate the industry. Winkler Studios gave the duo one last shot at success. Gertie the Dinosaur proved that giving a cartoon character an identifiable personality was the route to go, which led to the success of both Felix the Cat and Coco the Clown. So Disney and Iwerks decided to come up with a brand new character named Oswald the Lucky Rabbit, whose name was chosen out of a hat by Winkler Studios. Disney decided that a rabbit was the best choice since so many cartoon characters at the time were cats. The first short ever produced, Poor Papa, was rejected by Winkler Studios due to its terrible production quality and Oswald's age. Undeterred, the team tried a second short, Trolley Troubles. Making Oswald younger and upping the ante on production, this time Walt impressed Winkler, who released the short on September 5th, 1927. Now the Oswald character proved to be a massive hit. Shown before major films in the 1920s, he rivaled Coco the Clown and Felix the Cat in popularity. In all, 26 original shorts were produced, with tons of tie-in merchandise. Oswald was appreciated for the more adult humor compared to the others. It's strange to think of it now, with Disney's family-friendly image. The animation was also some of the most innovative, pushing the boundaries and going farther with its gags than Felix the Cat would typically go. It seemed like Oswald was becoming a staple in popular culture. When Disney went to visit with Winkler executive Charles Mintz about renewal for a second set of shorts, he asked for an increase in budget and staff to make the shorts better. Mintz laughed in Walt's face, decreased his budget, and sold a good chunk of his staff off to other projects. He told Walt, settle or walk. Walt went with the second option. Unfortunately, Winkler owned the rights to Oswald, meaning Walt was left having to start completely from scratch. Feeling betrayed, Disney had finally learned his lesson. He would never again let anyone else own the rights to his intellectual property. Using the money he invested from his Oswald income, he created a stylistically similar character to Oswald named Mortimer Mouse, later renamed to Mickey. And of course, the rest is history, as we all know that story. But whatever happened to Oswald the Lucky Rabbit? Well, Oswald continued to appear in shorts. Other animators would take a whack at the titular bunny, including Walter Lantz and a young Tex Avery, but nobody could recapture the magic of Disney. Mintz even tried to rehire Disney, who politely refused. After years of trying to make Oswald popular again, the character was retired in 1942 and faded into obscurity. He did appear in a few shorts in the 1950s, but for the most part, he wasn't used in his own shorts anymore. In 2005, Disney started pushing to get Oswald's rights back from Universal, who had picked up a lot of the Winkler properties after they went under. In order to entice them, Disney offered them famous ABC sportscaster Al Michaels. That's right, a living person was traded for the rights of a cartoon character. That is insane. Oswald has since made many modern appearances, most notably in 2010's epic Mickey 2 video game. As to be expected with animated shorts from the Silent Age and the dreaded silver nitrate composition, many of these shorts have been lost to time. It's suspected that 8 of the original 26 shorts were lost forever, with many of the surviving ones missing their original prints. Some had to be rescued from reproduction prints that were hacked down or rearranged. Amazingly, the unreleased 1927 short Poor Papa was uncovered in the 2000s and saw official release on the Pinocchio Blu-ray earlier this year. Many thought that this one was for sure lost forever, but it somehow managed to survive 80 years of storage. A few other shorts have been found over the years, but the other 8 remain completely lost or unsalvageable. There's also a chunk of the post-Disney shorts that are missing, with the Lance, Avery, and Mintz directed shorts being some of the most sought after. Oswald, like Felix the Cat, remains one of the staple animated characters of the 1920s. He helped push the bounds of animation and gave Disney his very first success. If it weren't for Oswald, we wouldn't have the huge entertainment empire we have today. Think about all those discussions about famous Disney movies that wouldn't exist, or how different the story at Pixar would be if Oswald never came around. Every large tree comes from a small seed, and Oswald is that seed for Disney. Join me next time when I finally talk about that god-awful music artist, and by finally talking about it, I mean it's not going to be on that god-awful music artist, but here I am teasing you about it anyways. See you later.